Hi there, good evening, welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph and I am the host of this show. A show dedicated to progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and other forms of rock music. So it's Monday night look back at a classic rock album for us. And that classic album today is this one, BOC's Agents of Fortune, Blue Oyster Cult. Their fourth studio album released in 1976. Just before I start on this album, just a few things about it. First of all, I got it last year. I think in June last year I ordered a bunch of albums online. My first such thing. The cost of the shipping was probably more than the album, so I've since found a couple places I like better that I can deal business with. Anyways, my first Blue Oyster Cult album was Fire of Unknown Origin. This is very different. At first I didn't really like it because I had kind of grown used to that kind of sound from Fire of Unknown Origin, and this doesn't really sound anything like that. But I've grown to like this quite a bit. So anyways, we're going to start with the album now. First, the vitals. This album was released on May the 21st, 1976 from the record plant in New York City. It's 36 minutes and 36 and a half minutes long on Columbia Records, as you see right there, Columbia, and produced by Murray Krugman, Sandy Pearlman, and David Lucas. Okay, so anyways, the featured artists on this album are the members of Blue Oyster Cult, if you prefer. Eric Bloom on vocals, guitar, keyboard, and some percussion. Donald Buck Darmer Rozier on vocals and lead guitar. Alan Lanier on vocals, keyboards, rhythm guitar, and bass on Morning Final. Joe Bouchard, vocals, bass, and piano, and his brother Albert Bouchard on vocals, drums, percussion, and acoustic guitar. Now, there are some additional instrumentals on this. Patti Smith, of course, does the voice at the beginning of Vera Gemini, and also does the vocal part for the same song. Okay, so Revenge of Vera Gemini. Randy Brecker, Michael Brecker on the horns, and David Lucas does do some vocals, keyboards, and percussion on this album. And the cowbell may or may not, according to them, may or may not be done by Al Bouchard, Eric Bloom, or David Lucas. Okay, so we're going to talk about this particular album and the tracks. On this particular CD, because it's a remastered issue, I guess, it has 4 additional tracks on it too. I'm not going to go into depth about those tracks. I'll mention them at the end. Basically, I'm just going to talk about the ones that came originally with the original album. Okay, so there's 10 tracks. Okay, the first one is This Ain't the Summer of Love. It's got a heavy guitar riff. The vocals are done by Eric. A pretty good song. I like it. A nice opening track. I didn't really like it at the beginning because it wasn't what I was expecting. But after I got over my initial kind of, I guess my mind wanted to peg them into the Fire of Unknown Origin style, and they just aren't like that. In fact, based on what I've heard from the albums I've got, their style is very different from album to album, and actually from song to song in many cases. Okay, the second track on here is True Confessions. This is a song I didn't like at all, but it's grown on me. It's a little bit poppy, but it's starting to grow on me. Alan Lanier sings this song. And then, of course, we get to the big radio hit. Maybe many consider this their biggest song. Sorry, I got a little black on my face from work. I just noticed it. And that's Don't Fear the Reaper. The vocals are done by Buck. I like the guitar riff at the beginning, and it probably goes throughout most of the song. It's probably their most well-known song. In fact, if you're not a Blue Oyster Cult, this might be the only song you would know, other than maybe Burning for You. Those might be the two most well-known tracks by them. Anyways, it's a good song. I like it, despite the fact, even though it's played a lot on the radio, I still like it quite a bit. It hasn't burned out for me because I don't listen to radio anymore, which is good. The next song is the fourth track, ETI, Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Really strong riff, really good song. Eric does the vocals here. I think this is probably pretty much, the best track on the album, in my opinion. Then we go to the Revenge of Vera Gemini. Heavy riff, starts out with a kind of a voice by Patti Smith, and then Patti and Al Bouchard doing vocals on this song. It's a pretty good song. I like it. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but I do like it. It's different with a female voice on it. That's the one thing about Blue Oyster Cult I like, is that every song is sung by somebody, like everybody in the band sings, so you're going to get a lot of different vocal sounds here. The next song up, number 6 on the album, Sinful Love. I like this a lot. It starts out with a piano and a guitar solo opening, and then some heavy guitar riffing, which is really cool. I really like the guitar riffing on this song a lot. Al Bouchard doing the vocals here. Tattoo Vampire, different type of song, but I like it. I like this song. Initially, this was my favorite track on this album. Scraping, it's got this kind of scraping guitar and this real heavy riff that's really cool. The song's sung by Eric. Morning Final, which lost my train of thought there. Morning Final is got this heavy bass riffing throughout the song. Vocals are by Joe. Really another good song on the album. Then we get to Tenderloin, which has a bit of a tasty keyboard. Sorry, it's not really meant to sound like it's a food here that we're eating, but it just came out that way. And the vocals are done by Eric. And then the last track on the album, Debbie Denise, has a classical kind of center to it. And the vocals are done by, the vocals are done by Al. My handwriting kind of went up, so I wasn't sure what I wrote. Yeah, they're done by Al. Anyways, really cool. It's a good album. I don't like it as much as Fire of Unknown Origin because I have a lot more history with that album, and that was my first album, and it's a heavier album, and I like heavier music. But this is still a very good album. This is their fourth studio album. So the other tracks that are on this particular disc, it comes with 4 bonus tracks. I think one of them is live. The original version of Fire of Unknown Origin, which is kind of a little toned down quite a bit, kind of a little more poppy. Sally, I could take it or leave it. It's not really a song that I care to hear too much anymore. Don't Fear the Reaper, the demo version, it's a little bit different than the original version. And Dance the Night Away, it's another kind of song that I'd rather not listen to too much. Anyways, overall, good album. It's ranked up in a high 2 for me. So my rankings go from master album to a level 1 to a level 2 to a level 3. And there's, in my mind, a certain criteria that goes to get each of those levels. I don't really have any level 4s and 5s. If they're below a level 3, I just call them unranked. They're not ranked. Simple as that, The reason I do that is not because I don't think they deserve a ranking, but if they're not in the top 3, then I leave them off the ranking, and at some point they may make a ranking. But at that particular point in time, even if I'd listened to them a lot and they're still not ranked a 3rd, well, the chances are if they're not ranked at least a third, I probably am not going to be listening to them a lot. So I like to leave them as the title is just unranked, just in case they somewhere along the line that my feelings towards them change. And that's happened many times. Many albums I initially didn't like and they sat on my shelf for a long time. All of a sudden, bang, I listen to them all the time. That happens quite a bit. Because your taste changes as something grows on you. You don't really get a particular album at a particular time that you're listening to it. But some other time you listen to it, it hits you. That's how it seems to work with me anyways. So there we have it. Blue Oyster Cult's Agents of Fortune, our look back classic album of Monday night this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next Monday, another classic album will be coming at you. Not really sure yet what. I've kind of narrowed it down to about 2 or 3. But I like to wait until I get an inspiration to which one I might want to do. And I had the inspiration to do this one this week. And that's the one I'm doing it. So tomorrow there will be also in the morning, a release for my series. I believe we're at, I don't have my book in front of me, but I believe we're at we're at the year 2006. I think it's episode 44. I might be wrong. Anyways, tomorrow we'll find out, right? And then, of course, Wednesday night we'll have our top 10 favorites. Haven't really even thought about that one yet, so when I do, I guess I'll mention it maybe tomorrow or maybe, you'll see on Wednesday, I guess. So, and I'm hoping to do, got some live albums I've been listening to. I'm going to do one of the 3 that I picked. Not sure which one yet. And we'll be talking about that on Friday night live experience. And then, I've got a couple more series videos this week for the Thursday and Saturday as well. And I may attempt this Saturday, depending on what's going on. If the weather's nice, they won't be happening. But if the weather is looks like it might be poor or something, I may stay in and do a live stream video of a series that I'm looking to start. Album Cage Match. People may have heard me talk about it before. Anyways, I will let you know as we get closer to Saturday whether that's going to happen or not. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And we'll be seeing you very soon. So from Prog Monster, you have a good night, good lovely Monday night in Southern Canada. Bye.